You just hit 3 years sober. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Would you like to talk about your journey to sobriety at all? Anything you've learned from the path of getting sober that could help people?
I could go on all day about that, but I'll keep it very short. Basically, I was pretty functional, what we'd call a high functioning alcoholic and drug addict. So I would drink a lot, obviously. I would also do a lot of cocaine and Xanax and also a lot of weed. But I was doing all that at the same time by the end, right? They all built in phases. By the end, I was doing all of it, but I was pretty successful in my career. I wasn't doing comedy yet, so I thought whatever. And I was getting away with it. And I thought life was fine and I didn't have a problem because only homeless people. You can only be a drug addict or alcoholic if you're like homeless. That's what real addiction looks like. That was my justification to myself. But eventually all the cards kind of fell at once. I lost my job, obviously for drug and alcohol reasons, you know. Through there, I became pretty financially destitute after that. I had really isolated myself from a lot of people in my life that I'd cared about through my bad behavior and neglect while being an addict. And it just came to a point where I was like 110 pounds. I'm just for reference, I'm like 170, 175 right now. So I was real skinny. My health was failing. I was like throwing up every morning. I would cough up blood sometimes and I would shake a lot. It was bad. It was really bad. I felt completely alone and I was getting ready to myself because I thought there was no point anymore. And by the grace of God, someone came to me and asked me if I wanted to come with them to a meeting. He was one of the last people that was still nice to me. And nothing against anyone that wasn't nice to me. I understand. I was a menace. I did that to myself. But he was one of the last guys that put up with my bullshit of me being crazy and showing up to shows drunk. And he was always like, hey man, like it's okay. You know, he's always just, wasn't even anything crazy. He was just nice to me still. And that meant a lot at the time. So I said, okay, well, I owe him at least to go to this. He's one of the last people that still takes my calls. I'll go. And I went and everyone described basically their bottoms, like their worst parts of life. And it was all this stuff. And I realized that that was all my current life and that was all very normal to me. It did not conceptually occur to me that everyone did not live like that every day. And I lost my mind. I started crying. And I decided I was going to go to AA from then on out and try to get help. And I went and I made it 3 years. And my life is by no means perfect, but it is so much better than I ever could have imagined it to be. I have so many people in my life that are so wonderful and kind to me. A lot of those relationships I had ruined did come back in new, way more meaningful ways. And so if you're out there and you're struggling and you feel like you are somehow unsavable or you're horrible or you deserve this or you don't see the point or you don't think it's ever going to get any better or you fucked up your life too much, any of these, I promise you I was right there. I never thought anything would get better, but things did get better. So if you're struggling, go to an AA meeting, be honest with them. The men and women in there will show you a love, kindness, support, and understanding that I at least had never experienced in my life before. You owe it to the world to get better so you can do good things to outweigh the harm you did. You have a debt to the universe that you need to pay back. So you owe it to everyone to get sober and pay back that debt.